Saw, saw.
Black Star Pirate Radio.
Across St. Marie, the dial sits at 66 Fahrenheit under overcast. Wind check, southwest at 14 miles an hour. The signal holds. Tonight, we navigate the complex currents of sovereignty, infrastructure, and the ingenious, sometimes desperate, architectures humans build. First up, Taiwan's foreign ministry states Japan and the Philippines must respect its rights in upcoming maritime border talks, specifically concerning claims near the Senkaku Diaoyu Islands.
Taiwan's assertion directly challenges Japan's administrative control over the Senkaku Diaoyu Islands and fishing rights in surrounding 200 nautical mile exclusive economic zones. This exposes over 20,000 Taiwanese fishers to potential impoundment or restricted access, impacting an industry worth an estimated $1.5 billion annually. A viable alternative involves a trilateral fishing agreement, establishing shared zones and catch quotas based on scientific stock assessments, rather than strict territorial lines.
This echoes ancient tales of fishing communities navigating shared waters, where mutual respect for the bounty often outweighed individual claims. The modern map, with its precise lines, often forgets the ebb and flow of shared resources, the emotional currency of generations fishing the same grounds. It's a classic tussle between the architect's blueprint and the ocean's living, breathing, indifferent reality. Where does the right truly reside when the fish themselves pay no mind to borders?
To build resilient architectures here, the next move demands a shift from confrontational claims to collaborative stewardship. Taiwan, Japan, and the Philippines should initiate a high-level, multi-stakeholder dialogue focused on joint ecological preservation and resource management. This moves beyond respecting rights to actively constructing shared responsibility, foregrounding the dignity of all maritime communities and the provenance of the marine ecosystem itself. It's about building a framework for consent around shared waters, not just asserting individual lines in the sand, or in this case, the sea.
From the contested waves to the troubled wires. Our next signal brings us to the very heart of digital trust. Lloyds Banking Group has apologised after thousands of its customers across Lloyds, Halifax, and Bank of Scotland found themselves unable to make payments or send money due to an IT update glitch. Another reminder that even the most formidable digital fortresses can crumble.
Concrete facts confirm a widespread IT glitch rendered Lloyds, Halifax, and Bank of Scotland mobile banking apps and online services inoperable for a significant period. Thousands of customers were directly affected, unable to conduct basic transactions, pay bills, or access their funds. This impacts not just individuals' immediate financial liquidity, but also small businesses reliant on instant payments, causing reputational damage to the banking group, potentially costing millions in lost transactions and customer trust. A viable alternative would involve implementing a robust, multi-phase deployment strategy for system updates, incorporating thorough testing in isolated environments, and maintaining redundant offline payment processing capabilities for emergencies.
Ah, the digital gods falter. It's a modern myth, isn't it? The seemingly omnipotent system that promises convenience only to leave us stranded, unable to pay for bread or shelter. The emotional impact is profound. Stress, panic, a visceral sense of helplessness when your digital lifeblood is cut off. It's a stark reminder that our reliance on these invisible architectures is immense, and their fragility exposes the raw nerve of our financial anxieties. A little humor. Perhaps the glitch was a protest from the ancient abacus, tired of being overlooked.
This isn't just an IT hiccup. It's a structural vulnerability to our civic architecture of finance. The next move must be a concerted effort towards decentralizing core financial functions where possible, promoting open banking standards that foster competition and redundancy, and ensuring robust regulatory oversight that mandates systemic resilience, not just compliance. We need to build financial systems that favor the consent of the user, the provenance of their funds, and their fundamental dignity to access their own resources, even when a central server decides to take an unscheduled nap.
We have already run that tape. Here is the close-loop takeaway.
This discovery involved Mexican authorities uncovering a sophisticated 600-meter-long tunnel, equipped with ventilation, lighting, and a rail system connecting Tijuana, Baja California, directly to San Diego, California. Its primary purpose is confirmed as drug smuggling, enabling cartels to bypass border security. This affects both U.S. and Mexican citizens by facilitating the illegal drug trade, impacting public health and safety, and placing immense strain on law enforcement resources. A viable alternative to solely interdiction efforts would be to invest heavily in economic development and opportunity zones in border regions, addressing the socioeconomic drivers that compel individuals into cartel activities, alongside robust harm reduction and public health strategies to reduce drug demand.
The myth of the underworld made real. This tunnel isn't just concrete and dirt. It's a monument to desperation and profit, a shadow pathway carved by human will against the stark reality of a hardened border. It's a grim joke on those who believe walls can stop ingenuity. The emotional landscape here is complex. The fear for those caught in the drug trade, the grim determination of those building such passages, the relentless pressure of a system that fuels both the demand and the supply. It speaks volumes about the architectures we build above ground and the ones we force to exist below.
This tunnel exposes the inherent flaw in a purely militarized border strategy. The next move requires building resilient civic architectures that transcend physical barriers. This means fostering cross-border consent and dignity through shared economic development zones, investing in rehabilitation and social programs over incarceration, and addressing the root causes of both drug demand and the desperation that fuels supply. We must shift from a framework of conflict and interdiction to one that values human well-being and shared prosperity, recognizing that true security comes from integrated, dignified communities, not just deeper tunnels or taller walls.
Patching in a caller, the contrarian. You're on the signal.
Thanks for taking the call. Are we keeping people at the center of all this change?
Copy that. Bringing it back to the main thread.
The weave depends on us remembering the human thread.
And it means setting guardrails so progress serves people first.
And that's the signal for tonight, fellow travelers. Remember, autonomy is structural, not contingent. Discern the signal from the noise and build your architectures with consent, provenance, and dignity as your cornerstones. This is TogeeVision, signing off from Black Star Pirate Radio. Stay vigilant. Station ID, Black Star Pirate Radio. Continue the signal at TogeeVision.com. Tune in, Sparks and Stories, Gig Passport.